All right, toy fans. I'm here with another one of our builders. So Jazwares Builders. So they have been. We looked at so far. What was it? The forest pack, which has got a whole bunch of greenery that's good for you. Some trash cans, brooms, that sort of things. We looked at the city pack that's got some street signs and things like that that are just good for generalized building. Which again, trash cans, right? We got red, we got blue brooms, we got brown, we got green from the other. And then we looked at the sports pack that had some motorbikes and some cones and flags. And come to find out, I went back to look at some of the building aspects of that. I think I looked at the Target website, found out half of that was wrong. Like the green things are supposed to be like tennis balls, and the weight was supposed to have like the red things on it. Was a mess. And that's one thing that I kind of brought up in that review is that, hey, guess what? You've got these really cool packs, but there's no directions in it for the kids whatsoever. And if this is going to be marketed for the kids, I'm getting it because I enjoy building block stuff and I enjoy these sorts of things and I enjoy adding packs to my figures and etc. But if this is for the kids need to see maybe some aspect of what's there or what they can do with it. Give them a few ideas because they're going to need it. If this old man, as creative as I am, is struggling, there's a good chance the kids can look at it and go, I don't know what to do with this tile and this hinge. What do you want? And they might build something, they might be creative, but then they're going to be looking at the other parks going, what do I do with this? What did I do? So, with that being said, let's look at the medieval pack. So, this is pack 4 of the 5 that they have put out so far. Medieval pack does come in that standard, bag here. You got the blue BLDR builder on the side. This is the medieval pack. So, it's going to be full of knives and swords and axes. Oh my. And a few other things. Apparently, here we've got a stove. I'm probably when I'm going to tear across this way to make sure that I don't lose sight of this. It looks like a torch, an anvil, a stove with some smoke coming out, an axe here. And there's 73 pieces. And this is 73 pieces at $4.99 a pack. Not bad. Not bad at all. Going to the back instead of the red, which was sports, or the gray, which was city, or the green, which was forest. This time we're getting kind of an olive color that's more for, I guess, medieval. I never associated medieval with olive. Maybe I would have thought maybe kind of a more gold tone, but I'm guessing it's kind of a steely color. Here it's kind of looks off, but it's actually kind of an olive drab sort of color. There's nothing else on this. It's all legalese and just the same print as you get with everything else. The only reference you ever get is this and this on what pack it is, and then the color of the bricks. So let's open this thing up because there's really nothing else we're going to learn about the package. Let's open it up. Let's dump it out. And let's see what all we got. Whee! There's quite a bit in here. I got pieces flying everywhere. Flying everywhere. All right, I'm going to move this over here. Let's take a look and see what we got. So we do have a spear. We've got an axe. So out of the gate here, we got a spear and a spear. We do have some flags. We got both yellow and green flags, which is kind of cool. We've got some printed shields, which is very nice. Anytime that we get printed parts, that's like a great thing. We got some crossbows. So, and these look a lot like the crossbows from the old, oh my goodness, the old castle days of Lego. So if you're familiar with that, if you know, you know. And then of course we get some swords. We got a couple of swords, a couple of axes, a couple of morning stars. I'm going to put that one over there. A couple morning stars here. We got a couple of these giant, like, spear-like axes, which is kind of cool. And then, let's see. Yeah, it looks like after that, I guess we could put these. We can clip those to there. So they're, I can't remember what they're called, where they've got the spear and then the axe on it. It's like, not paladins, or I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, they're like any other axe head. You can double them up. Why they come in translucent purple, I'm not sure. Not sure on that. But you do get a couple of axes. And then you get a couple of these, I guess, like axe things here. Let's see, if we take this, put that in there, you got a couple of battle axes. So one, let's see, two. So you get it like that. There we go. A couple battle axes. Got, let's see, one torch. That's always good to have, a little torch in hand. Got another torch here, and they're using kind of those service cones and flames, which is pretty cool. We get another flame, but we don't get another one of those torch handles. So we'll just kind of put that flame over here on the side. We get a couple of these anvil hammers. Oh, there we go. One and two. Oh, look, we got one more torch. So we do get another torch there. Okay. And then we're kind of left with some of these pieces here. Now, I'm going to kind of look through. I'm going to look at this and try to figure out what exactly we're building. So we got a tile with a stud on top. We're going to set that there. And then it looks like we've got not quite a Travis brick, but it is a snot brick. And then we're going to put this on the end. We're going to put this here. And then we got ourselves an anvil. How cool is that? For the kiddos that don't know, an anvil is one of those things that you use in order to beat metal after you've made it, got it super hot. You take the metal and you beat it down, and you can shape it however you want. So you got a flame right here. I got a couple of these arms. We'll put one arm here. Let's see, one by one brick here that's got a service stud on it, and put that there. I guess this goes over the top, and this probably goes right here in the back. Looks like they're using one of these claws as like a pair of tongs. And we could take one of the anvil hammers here, put it right there. And then I believe it looks like we're building this up as a chimney. Two, put a cone on, well, nope, not yet. Oh, yeah, look, we got a tile with a stud on top. Put a cone, and then we'll put this there. So we got ourselves like a little fireplace, just kind of cool. Now, after that, we got all these extra pieces here. All these extra pieces. So what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, to make sure I got what I need, I'm going to go over to the Target site. Because remember, these are sold at Target. So where they have them at Target, it's like that's pretty much all the only place I can think of that has it. So I'm going to go over here to Target, and I'm going to go to the actual app itself. Now, the app kind of shows us all this. We're going to kind of scoot it over so we can look at all the extra here. So they've got all these extra pieces here that kind of show us other things we could build. So you can take this, we'll put that brick on top, put this and this on here, and then we'll put this tile with a stud on top. And you know what? We're going to take it and we're going to put these two pieces, we're going to attach them to there. So there we go, 1 and 2. It shows us what these lances here, they say, you know what? Double up these flags. So we'll put yellow and green. You're going to put them on here. I'm going to run them up this pole. So now we've got, maybe they're halberds. I can't remember. But yeah, so we're going to put these onto these right here. Boom, boom. All right, now we still have some more parts. Now, this is the key thing to keep in mind. So hopefully, this is going to help you figure out how to put these things together. So we're putting a brick here, and then we're putting 1 and 2 bricks right here. We're going to cap it with a 1x4 plate, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these 1x1 bricks with the clips on it, right? And then we're going to cap it with another one of these. Now, this could be a weapon rack. So we'll take our swords. We'll put some swords up in here. So we'll go 1, we'll go Let's see, 2. We'll put this up here. So we'll put one of these axes up here. And you know what? We'll put the other sword over here. So that way we got a weapon rack. Very nice. Okay. And then there's a few pieces left. And we're going to look and see what those pieces can make. So we've got this piece right here. We've got, looks like we'll snap that on. This goes right here. This will snap into here. And it looks like this will go this way. Now, they have it reversed. I'm saying we should do it this way. And now we've got a sharpening wheel. So that way we can sharpen up stuff that we need. And then just to kind of cap it off, we're going to put this over here so it looks a little bit decent. And we'll put this on the back so that way it feels like it's got a little more oomph to it, right? So that'll work there. Okay. And then, of course, we're left with another piece of smoke and another one of these. You know, we could always just kind of stash this stuff back here. Now, you can't really stash that anywhere, so you've got some extra parts in case you lose it. So, overall, we've got, let's move this out of the way, and let's take a look at all the wonderful stuff that we have. Okay, so maybe I'll take these 2 off. And I'll put these halberds up here with the flags so it looks a little more, you know, official. So we got these. We've got a hammer or an anvil over here and a hammer, a bunch of torches, some morning stars. So there is quite a bit here. And I mean, oops, sorry, let me adjust that so we can see a little bit better. There's quite a bit here for 73 pieces, and we've got ourselves basically an armory. You've got some halberds with some flags. You've got a holder for it. You've got an oven. So you've got, well, not an oven, but it's called a forge. And then you've got yourself a weapon rack that holds things. You've got the a grinding wheel. Even though I put that on the back, you didn't have to have that. You get an extra one of those. You've got a couple of crossbows, an extra anvil, hammer, 3 torches, couple of these big broadswords, some battle axes, morning stars. There's quite a bit there. And if you were into medieval and you're doing the medieval stuff, this sort of set is perfect for you, right? Like, this is the kind of thing that you would want. And I'm kind of glad that, you know, at first when I was putting the sports stuff together, I was lost on what to do. So I was like, well, wait a second. There's a few things that don't make sense here. And come to find out, what I did is I just went to the Target site, looked at the pictures of the set online, and then I was able to figure out what they were trying to have us do. Because otherwise, you're kind of lost. You got all these pieces, and you could put something together, but it might not be the intended pieces for what you want. So, my suggestion with Jazwares would be this. You probably want to have just a sheet of paper in there that just shows all the pieces together, so that way kids can emulate that and figure out what it is they need to make their own. All in all, $4.99, this is a great set to have. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's amazing. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. And the pieces themselves, I mean, I don't do a lot of medieval stuff, but I can probably put this with the Haunted Mansion stuff here and there as like old school things that they need. And some of it I could even use my Old West, like a lot of the iron and the forge and some of that stuff, because it just makes sense. And then if I want to play medieval, get into castle, I've got this stuff waiting for it. So the stuff that's here, priceless, pure genius, great stuff to have. The only thing that I'm a little up in arms about are the translucent purple axes. I don't get why they're translucent purple axes, but at the same time, you know, like, because I've got some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Maybe they're just forged or like mystic runed up axes. So, you know, at the same time, I'm giving it a hard time, but also makes sense. It's like one of those. It's not a bad thing to have, not at all. So, I mean, that's all I gotta say about the Builder Medieval Accessory Pack. It's a really cool pack. And honestly, for $4.99 for world building, especially medieval stuff, it's well worth the price. It's well worth having. So, All I got to say about it, you can only get it at Target, so it's definitely something I'd be looking out for. It's near the Lego aisle, not exactly on the Lego aisle, but near it, okay? All right. Thank you all for showing up today. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting.